The MTG podcast is a virtual space for women and minorities in the tech and creative industries.
Tune in as we explore inspirational,
educational,
and community insights
through different perspectives, expanding the diverse cultures and societies that reflect us.
We're more than a designer.
We're more than our name badge.
We're more than the work we produce. Welcome to the More Than Graphics podcast.
We're that tribe.
Jeremy, hello. Hey, y'all. Hey, we're here. We're live. Hoping you are enjoying yourselves. I am Danielle. Oh, and Priscilla is trying to hear. Okay. Oh, mercy. We may have lost sound just for a temporary moment, but that's okay. All right. Keep on working, Priscilla. We'll see if we can get it together. I am really excited for this episode. We've got Cicely jumping on here in just a second. I'm just pumped because this episode should be pretty awesome. Priscilla, you're still working on that? Okay. Just check your settings just to make sure it's okay. But anywho, I am glad that you're here. I'm glad that everyone is enjoying themselves, hopefully for the holiday season. I'm hoping you're choosing to stay merry. Let us know where you're listening to. If you're listening from LinkedIn, from Facebook, from YouTube, let us know where you're coming in on and kind of let us know where you're listening from. I want to know all the things about the holiday traditions, the things that you're putting out in the world between now and the end of the year. So let's see if Priscilla is in here still working on settings. Can you still hear us? Yes. Okay. We just can't hear you. Okay. Let's figure out what happened with this mic. Yeah. We'll see if we can work it out. That's so interesting that it was working just a minute ago and not now. That's okay. Technology, right? Okay. Let's see if you can work on some settings. And then we'll keep on circling back here in just a minute. As when Cicely gets here, I also want to talk about a little bit about, holiday traditions and all the things that we do. But while we're can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Got it?
There's an echo. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, there is an echo?
Just a little. You got it.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Yay.
I love it when we're together. Hi, Cicely. Hi, Priscilla.
Hey. Is it really bad echo?
No, not horrible. Just a little. That's okay. Totally doable. We can work with it. How are you doing? Hi. Happy holidays.
I'm okay. So my tinsel is falling. We have a tinsel situation.
Tinsel. Oh my goodness. A tinsel tackle.
Tinsel is down, Danielle. Tinsel is down.
Quick emergency health procedures.
It must be because I did my exercises today.
Oh, I love it. Okay, speaking of exercising today, what else have you been up to?
Well, I got discharged from PT today. So that's exciting. Yes. And I'm going to be over at Little Gents School today for a winter party. So I get to be a party mom in the house.
Woo,
yeah. And just trying to get all the things. I have a cool collaboration that's happening in 2024 with another Asian entrepreneur.
Yes.
So I'm excited to, get that worked on, and I'm just doing my online shop. And
I love it. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, for real. Like, I want to just say two things. One, I love you. Two, I need you to know that the Meet Cute Co. and Get Silly Creative are doing some things. They're shuffling. They're making some moves in the world, and I love seeing it. So if you guys don't already follow Priscilla, get behind the brands because things are popping. I'm excited. I'm so glad to see that people are checking in from different places. Hey, Courtney checking in from Northern Kentucky. Hey, girl, I appreciate it.
Hey, Courtney.
fellow Kentucky creative. I so appreciate this, and people check in from distances all across Kentucky. Hey y'all, hey, Kentucky creative. I see y'all. Thank you so much, Courtney, for checking in with us today. I believe we have the infamous Cicely Stamper. All right, look at his hat. Yes, came to play.
Hi,
Holy.
everybody.
Holy cannoli.
She's here.
Somebody just broke the internet.
I can't with you.
I love it. How are you doing, Cicely?
I'm better now that I'm inside the house and out of the elements. It's given us some really nice wintry weather mix outside in Lexington today. So that's always exciting, but glad to be here. Glad to be with you two as always. Glad that I made it here.
Yes, girl, we are so glad you were here. There was no way we could celebrate this without you. So you're a big part of everything that we do. I wanted to specifically talk about a little bit of traditions. But before we get into that, what's new in your world? Anything pop in, lock in, baby popping, all the things?
I can't with you. A few things that I cannot mention on air, but we will all talk about those things a little bit later. But no, nothing bad. Good changes, good things happening, but very much looking forward to the baby's first Christmas and celebrating that with them and trying to figure out what traditions and what things we're going to come up with from now to the future.
Oh my goodness, we're talking all about traditions the first half of this. I feel like this is like so right on brand. Okay, so this is our final live of 2024 episode for the More Than Graphics podcast. Did y'all know this? Like,
You
we're
scared me for a second. You said final, and I was like, I didn't hear about this.
No, for 2024.
For 2024. This is our final episode. I am so excited. If you guys don't already know, MTG is a multi-award nominated podcast. We're ranked by Listen Score as a top 10% podcast from more than 3 million registered podcasts in the world globally. We're top 10. I love being top 10%, and that's because of you all. So thank you all so much for listening throughout this season. We are wrapping up season 6, y'all. Can y'all believe it? Like, for real?
No.
Like, wow. We've been talking this long.
Right, and people have been listening this long.
Say it. That is exactly where I'm at. Like, y'all have kept us going in a lot of ways, and we just love it. I personally think, like, when I think about how long this has been going on, I'm like, wow, like, it's become really full circle to see so many voices and people represented in this space. Thoughts? Anybody?
It's lovely.
We're just happy to be here.
Yeah. I mean, and I do think about like all the, I look forward to this day. Happy ugly sweater day, everybody, by the way. So I look forward to it. And, I kind of slacked off on the gingerbread house, but I want to do a craft. I want to do a holiday craft while we're on there. So while we're doing it, instead of the gingerbread, which the one that I made, I don't know if you guys remember, like 2 years ago, was it or something? It was so beautiful. It was like pink and pastel-y, and it is no longer pink and pastel-y. It's in the trash. So it went bye-bye. So maybe I should make it. Maybe I'll make a felt gingerbread house. You want that?
Ooh.
There's all your felt options.
Oh my gosh.
I'll do. Cicely, what would you like me to make?
I like a felt gingerbread house. I think that's a great idea. I think
I will do.
year, I'm gonna color. I'm gonna get like an adult coloring book for Christmas stuff, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna color a little picture.
Just okay. Okay, this
That's
one
a
okay.
beautiful color.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Okay, I got it.
That is so cute. Oh my gosh.
Crafty
Live
Priscilla.
crafting. Yes, I'm for it. Okay, so we're talking a lot about things that we're doing, sharing some wins. I know Priscilla talked about her future collaborations that she's got going on. Cicely, do you have any wins that you'd like to share?
I would say that my biggest win for this year, other than birthing twins, my biggest win for the year would just be kind of finally coming into my own as like the end of my first year as a new grad RN. So I was a nurse before, I was an LPN before, but switched gears and went back to inpatient this year. So it's been almost a full year in labor and delivery, and just kind of coming like getting to this point and just realizing like, okay, it does get better at the end. Like, it gets greater later. I say that a lot. And it really has been an amazing year. And I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about my job and just about, taking care of people, being a better nurse, being a better mom. And I just say my biggest win is just, I could do it. Like knowing that I can do it, like proving to myself and seeing, that I can actually do it. Like seeing that goal realized and that coming to fruition. And later on my vision board that's always right by my bed, I'll be able to kind of look at some of the things that I've accomplished. So, I tell you guys before, I go through and check off as the year goes on the things that I've accomplished. I didn't accomplish as much as I would have liked to this year, but a win is a win. We're gonna take
it.
And I'm just happy with how far I've come. And I'm really looking forward. This is the time when I start working on next year's vision board. I'm a little bit late now, but I'm really looking forward to working on that vision board and just really seeing what 2025 has to offer as well.
Woo, y'all. I love it. If you all have wins for the year, put them in the comments because we want to celebrate you too. This is what it's all about. Community, right? So if you've got some wins you want to celebrate, yeah.
Yes, you were talking about your vision board. And I was just talking to Zoe about it last night, because she said, Mom, what's your resolution? And I, for next year. And I was like, I was trying to think about it because I hadn't thought about it. And I said, hey, do you know that Cicely does a vision board? She does hers before the end of the year. I said, don't you think that's a great idea? And so she, we might be doing one. I don't think we'll get it in before the end of the year, but
that's okay. Do a little party, make like a date night for you two out of it. And even Max, if he wants to join, or whoever wants to join in. But like,
if I say Cicely did it.
Yep, be like, Cicely did it. Make it an event. But I love it. I love to see it. I can't wait. Like one day me and Aria will be doing this. I tried to get Liam to participate. He did it like 1 year and he's like, okay, Mom, I'm not into it. But that's fine. He did it 1 year. I appreciate it. He's a trooper. He'll do anything he has to do once, but he ain't doing it again if he doesn't want to. But yes, hopefully I can share this with Aria and Jorah and maybe make it a tradition when we do when they get a little bit older.
I love that. Okay, so I was kind of like on the fence about the whole board and all the things, but I will say that I have seen so many manifestation is such a real thing and it's a changeable thing if people just exercise, right? And that's kind of something that I was on the fence about at first, but now I'm slowly becoming a believer. Like this is definitely something I need to make happen for myself. So I'll be working on a virtual version of vision board at some point. Usually we do it as a team. Team Octane does something like that, so that we can kind of visualize what our upcoming year could be like, or potentially, see it for ourselves. But I also love the idea too, like the parties and all that kind of thing. Like at first I was like, nah, that's not my thing. But the more I see y'all do it, I'm like, okay, monkey see, monkey do. I gotta figure this out.
Yes, and we're also creative. I truly believe, especially for you, Danielle, you too, Priscilla, but for you, Danielle, because you've not done it before, that once you are able to like really get into the visualization space, it's gonna like take off for you. So whatever goals you have, you're gonna accomplish those and blast through the other ones. Like I really think it's gonna be a catalyst for you to really go to the next level.
Ooh, okay. All right. We're speaking into existence. Yes, I know, right? I'm so for it. Courtney is sharing her win. She said she was able to photograph 20 bands and artists on an official media capacity. She started in October and it's been amazing. Congrats, Courtney. That's awesome. I know Courtney's all about the visual vision board party.
I was just thinking the same thing. Courtney, you and I are like this.
Yeah, I feel like it could totally be a thing.
It could be fun. And we don't have to we don't have to do it in December. I'm just an early bird. We can wait till January. We can wait till even like into January if you want to. Obviously, we need some time to plan. I'm just a crazy person and I get my year jump started before the year's even over. I'm already like, okay, what's up with 2025? Here we are.
Let's go. I am so hyped for this. Okay, so we got it. Vision boards unlock. All right, traditions. I know Sister talked about making some traditions maybe this year for the little ones, but like, do you have some traditions that for sure you want to pass down or you want to keep doing?
Ooh, I would say so. My mom buys like she gets like the LL Bean Christmas stockings. Like I don't know, she's been doing that since I was a kid. So like Liam got one when he was born. The baby, she's ordered one for the babies this year. So definitely keeping the tradition of having stockings in the house. Like I grew up with having stockings in the house. My mom always put stuff in our stockings, or my dad, whoever they were both doing it sometimes, but we would always put things in people's stockings. So having stocking gifts is something that's important to me. Especially for the babies, like, they're going to get stuff this year, but nothing like really fun that they know about. So having like maybe a toy in the stocking, like we even did it for the dog and the cat, like we have their own stockings. We're ridiculous. Baking cookies and like leaving cookies. We didn't do the milk. My mom was like, "Girl, we ain't leaving no milk out all night." But when I was a kid, we did the milk and cookies for Santa, but definitely the cookies. So my mom would help me bake cookies. I'd put like sprinkles on them. Every year I'd get to change what I was going to decorate. So that's something I want to do with the kids.
Yes.
That we'll do again this year. And like obviously they don't know about it, but I'll be eating the cookies, so that's fine with me. And then Christmas breakfast. So we used to do, when I was a kid and growing up, we used to go to church for Christmas and do Christmas breakfast there. But now I'd like to do that kind of just in the house as well. Like invite, mom over, invite cousins, aunt, uncle, whoever, and just kind of have like a big family Christmas brunch or breakfast and do that every year too.
Oh my goodness. That is definitely my similar traditions as well. Christmas breakfast was definitely one. That's so cool.
I love it.
What about you, Danielle?
So that was definitely one. Christmas breakfast was definitely one that I grew up with. And then one that we kind of do now that we didn't do as much as we were younger, as we, I'm all for gameplay, and we're all for, putting things together for our families that involve play. So puzzles and games. We have a closet full of board games and various games that we can play together as a family. So family game time is a good one for us. I have a puzzle that we're going to pull out after this that my kids will start and I will start. So we love puzzles. Yeah, it'll be Chucky. Yes, right. That's right. Because Friday the 13th, Priscilla gifted me a Chucky puzzle for Friday the 13th, since it was just recently in December. I love it. She knows that we have a horror love for each other. And so it was so great to have that as a gift, as well as some of the cute little printables that you also have at your shop, which was perfect for me. So I love being able to put that together. But games, gameplay, food, just being around elements of comfort and joy, really. Just enjoying each other's company. So I have a very blended family. And so our kids are not always together specifically on the holiday. So we kind of create our own traditions around the holiday so that everyone can still celebrate the moment and the festivities together. So that is one area that I stay focused in, is creating those little moments. Christmas breakfast, again, a big one. I make a breakfast casserole. Sometimes I'll throw in a couple of sides of different things, and the kids can just kind of, brunch. They can brunch while kind of hanging out in the house and mellowing out and kind of being full and merry. A hearth, a fire is also something that I'm really kind of passionate about. I have really started leaning into Christmas and Yule a little bit more, fluctuating over the past several seasons. And so I love doing pine cone intentions, similar to that vision board. We're kind of manifesting these actual things into reality. I also love, like I said, a good fire. So I love being able to have a fire going throughout majority of the winter season, even if it's not snowing. It's sort of snowing right now, but we kind of keep it going. But those are just some of the traditions. I love it. Singing was another one. Usually the family wants to get together and hang out and sing songs or carol or something along those lines. And I come from a family of people who are musicianal people, lots of music people, all people who like to sing. So I love being able to do that as well. Hence my children's names named after jazz musicians, et cetera, et cetera.
Very nice. Very nice.
Cool stuff. All right, so traditions, we got it. Let's kind of start getting into these topics, because I want to make sure that we kind of cover them all, and then we've got a holiday trivia just for you all and all of us at the end of the session. I hope you're ready, because I'm bringing the thunder for all that. Topic 1: unwrapping boundaries, prioritizing self-care during the holidays. Y'all already know the drill. We have to acknowledge the added stress and the pressure that the holidays can bring sometimes, especially for all of us that are juggling work and family responsibilities. So how do y'all feel about the importance of setting boundaries, especially during this time of the year?
Well, I think it's really important. We have our Christmas this year is going to be different because the minis, their dad and their stepmom just moved here to the area, Columbus area from Kentucky, and so we're going to be, having to put different boundaries. I mean, and it was just funny because of the schedule. We usually I don't typically have them for Christmas, so I'm kind of like, oh, what are we doing? And Max's birthday is on Sunday, Spooner's is tomorrow, so having to put the boundaries out there. And I mean, and it is self-care, as far as, because I mean, right now I'm experiencing different holiday frazzle type of things, and I'm having to deal with also not only the holiday emotions. The minis are both having their own moments, and and it's and I still have to the magic of Christmas to come through through mom and stuff, and I mean, and it's nice, but boundaries, I think are really super important because it's the end of the year and I want to be able to kind of ease out.
Yeah, exactly. You deserve that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think it puts that intention, kind of like when Cicely's talking about the vision board at the end of the year. I think, us having self-care is kind of a vision board, right? When we decide that this is what we're going to do for ourselves, and hopefully it goes on into the new year, when we set those boundaries. But I mean, I think I also have to set boundaries with myself. I just like I was realizing the other day, I was just wanting to do too much, and it's especially I think with being mothers. Like I see them, in their own way that they're dealing it, and I can tell that they need me, and it's just kind of those things that I lead you, but I can't go all the way through with you. It's like you got to do it, but Mama's gonna be right here. I'll be right here eating Cicely's cookies. And if she sends me any address below.
I love it. I love that. And I definitely think that when we talk about setting those boundaries, it's a matter of, what we're willing to let go of and what we're not in a lot of areas. And so I know, especially when we talk about blended families and kids and things for ourselves, right? Things can jobbled up in one big area, and sometimes it becomes difficult for us to subtract some things because we're everything's all together. I am working on a lot of boundaries myself, so I really relate to that a lot, Priscilla. Setting some things on work boundaries, right? Because it's so easy for me to just slip into, oh, let me just fix that real quick. And, oh, let me just send that real quick. And I'm also a better understanding my own work limitations and work limits because of boundaries. So when I say things are cut off, they're cut off, like that kind of feel. So I'm working a little bit better with that. What about you, Cicely? Do you boundaries for you?
I cannot remember what episode it was in, but I do know that I said this earlier this year, and I still mean it. I'm not doing anything I don't want to do anymore.
Come on.
To the extent
that I remember that.
like obviously pay taxes, pay bills, things like that. Clearly have to still do. But anything else, like if I don't want to do it, I'm not. Like I don't have the oomph in me to force myself to do it anymore. Like I'm just not. Like I am just going with the flow. Like that is how I'm, trying to continue to live my life. So I very much understand like that pressure and like wanting things to be perfect for the holidays. And sometimes, like, to be honest, like I've, in the past, in the past 2 years, the holidays especially have just really changed. Like I, lost my father, lost my grandparents this year. So like the holidays that have made up my entire 36 years of life are just completely different now. So it looks like, the memories I would share with my children that would include those people when they're not here now, it's going to look very different. So it's kind of like taking the wind out of my sails a little bit for the holidays. Like I'm not a Scrooge by any means, and I enjoy the holidays. I just don't want to be the one planning it. Like, God bless mom and dad when I was a kid, because they love doing it. Like, my dad would love putting up Christmas lights. He was the type of guy who's gonna put the tree up on Black Friday. Like, those were our Christmas traditions. My parents both loved and enjoyed Christmas holiday and all the things that came along with it. And then as an adult, I've enjoyed it. But again, like, just the past few years, when you lose loved ones around the holidays, or you're spending your first holiday or two without those loved ones, it kind of changes how you feel about the holiday or how you feel about that time. It's hard to be as cheerful and joyful. So for me, it's just, I'm just going to do enough, but I'm not going to overdo it. So we put up our tree. We didn't put any lights or anything outside, but like, I'm going to make sure that I make it an enjoyable time for the babies, for Liam, for my stepkids too. But I'm just not going to overdo it and outdo myself, because I know like where my energy's at, and my energy's just not there. My energy is not there. Mama's tired. The energy is not there. So we're going to celebrate. We're going to have a good time, but I want to focus my energy. Like, my boundary is just focusing on, let's have this, Christmas family brunch. Let's watch some Christmas movies on Christmas, like just real low key. I'm not trying to do anything extra, anything crazy. Like, I'm just trying to be as low key as possible. And I want that theme is going to continue. I think that was the end of 2013 or 2023 actually. And that was my theme for 2024. That is going to be my continuing theme. It's a continuation into 2025 as well. But just not having that weight, not putting that pressure on yourself. Other people might put it on me, but I ain't putting it on me. So if I didn't put it on me, I'm okay.
I heard that. Amen. From the church, from the book of Cicely. Oh my goodness.
You didn't tell me we were going to church today. I got the wrong church hat on.
Look, it'll do. It'll come as you are. Come as you are.
I love it. Okay, so we're talking about these boundaries. We're sharing strategies, maybe some strategies that we use to manage stress, to avoid burnout. The things that I do a lot to kind of help with that, or at least make time for relaxation, like you said, winding down, doing less, right? Cicely, like you talked about, specifically doing only things that you feel like bring you into the season, not focusing on the pressure again from everybody else. That I really felt, honestly, to be really honest, I felt that in Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving for me was like, I have to show up. I have to. And of course, my family, when they hear that, they're probably like, no, Danielle, we don't care what you look like. Just show, like, just come there. But at the same time, I still feel a little bit of pressure, in those areas. And that's just in general. But I really was starting to feel that around Thanksgiving time, right before the holiday season. But what I was doing to balance that out, that pressure, was I was being still. I was intentionally crafting. I was intentionally working on things for myself. Intentionally slowing down, slow breathing, meditating, just being out in nature. Those little short mental breaks in between a lot of these busier meetings that are happening at the end of the year, or ways that I was able to distress and kind of be more myself and not feel so much pressure, as you mentioned, Cicely, to kind of perform or put out or put anything along those lines. So I got my little techie ugly sweater. I was so proud of myself for that one. I went ahead and, made a couple different baking goods early instead of later. I was so grateful for good neighbors this year. So those are just little things that help de-stress me. But what are some things that you guys intentionally do to de-stress during the holiday season?
Well, Cicely, hers is probably smelling them cute babies of hers.
That's an instant distressor for me. I mean, I'm just
thinking about it.
Yes, exactly.
My de-stressor is checking out Cicely's feed for all these babies. That's it. Period. I'm done.
I love all these babies. I love it. And look, I'm going to keep sharing with you guys. Like Priscilla mentioned, the de-stressor, the laughter. I don't care what mood you're in. I don't care what has just happened to you. Their laughter it's enough for me. Like, I'm done for the rest of the year. I don't need anything else. I don't need a gift. That was the gift for me. Like, I just love getting videos of them laughing and that's kind of another thing that's a de-stressor for me, just getting in the moment. So obviously, like, we have plenty of moments that I don't take pictures of and record videos of, but I want to remember these things forever. Like with Liam, I recorded videos and took pictures, but I was much more in the moment, and I was a single parent, so like I didn't have a choice. I was the only one there in the moment. Mm-hmm. So I still have a lot of those memories, and obviously they're stored in my head, so it's great and wonderful. But now I want to make sure that I'm keeping these memories so I can share with my mom, share with our friends, who live in different states, but make sure that people who I love can be close to the babies as well. So I'm living in the moments with them, but also understanding and remembering how fleeting they are. I'm taking all the pictures. I take pictures of them every day because I'm ridiculous. And then we take a video like every couple of days. So
Girl, that was totally me. Like we
they're
took
going to be sick of
pictures.
me. They're already sick of me, probably. And that's fine. They're going to be sick of me for the next, 17 and a half years.
Yes. You're going to be that mom with the camera attached. The 80s
Right.
VCR
Come
camera.
on, guys, smile
Yeah,
for the camera.
I see you.
Pretty smile. Yeah, that's going to be me. But yes, that is my main source of de-stressing these days. It's just spending time with the babies and just, hearing them laugh, seeing them grow, seeing how they change every day.
Oh my goodness. I love it. That's so beautiful.
For me, lately, now it's kind of distressing because I'm distressing. I sounded so proper. But now I'm distressing. De-stressing. I'm de-stressing because I like distressing with you guys. Just being here, just chatting helps me distress. And also, lately I've been doing a lot more creative stuff in a long time since, Cicely, did you hear that I got discharged from my PT today?
I did not. That's a wonderful milestone.
So and so the strength isn't totally back, but I like to joke around with Danielle and say it is because it broke my tinsel. I am so strong.
Muscle mania over there.
Yeah, it is. I'm like Hulk over here. But for me, it is the distressing has been just creating, which I think has always been, my thing. And so like right now it's kind of, I'm not, I love lately I'm doing a hand sewing with kids. And I have a one-on-one student, and her name is India. And it's like, I love it because it's work, but it's not really work. I'm sitting here talking to that little girl, like I'm sitting around with my buddies, just like right now. And, and it's so nice because it's relaxing. It's very relaxing, just letting my mind think about all the things. But of course it gets slowed down by my hands when I have to kind of do it. So, I finally found some nice calm, creative calm, but it's very exciting. So I kind of, I'm enjoying the little, the hamster wheel.
I love that for you, Priscilla.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Smurfs and Spittens. All right. Well, we have our very first little interlude, if you will. We actually went out and asked our MTG guests to say maybe a word of thank you or happy holidays. And we got some responses. I'm really excited to kind of share them. So this will be our first segue into our next topic. But in the meantime, let's check out, I think this is Derek.
Derek.
Hello, this is Derek Sloan with the Mental Stillness Podcast, and I just wanted to say to the More Than Graphics listeners that have the best holiday and have the best new year. I hope it's amazing. I would love to encourage you to go check out my amazing conversation I got to have with the More Than Graphics ladies, and it was just a great conversation. So it's available. You can listen to it, and so go check that out. And again, just have the best in this season for you and your family.
I loved it. Hey, now you guys are on mute.
Danielle never forgets. What is this?
My bad. I was like, oh, wait. I was for real talking. Like, wait a minute. That's not cute.
I love that.
That was so sweet.
Shout out to Derek. His launch episode was one of our most listened to episodes of the season. So I really enjoyed listening to his insight and just kind of getting a good feel for friends, all the things. So, any thoughts on that? I'm trying to remember who was on that episode. Was it just
I think all of us
were.
Yes. Yeah.
I was just saying, I remember I really enjoyed talking with him. He was really cool. I loved our conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Good talk.
Love. Okay, so that kind of segues into our next kind of topic, which is decking the halls with diversity, building inclusive holiday celebrations. So I kind of want to, this is kind of where we segue into the importance of creating inclusive holiday celebrations that respect diverse cultural and religious traditions. I mentioned before that we are kind of big around Christmas and about Yule here as well, but there's so many other ones out there. I mean, Kwanzaa's right around the corner. Hanukkah is going to be here just as much as Christmas is. I mean, all the things. Winter solstice starts tomorrow. So, I mean, for people who are just celebrating all the holiday things, when is Festivus? Isn't Festivus like right after Christmas as well? Festivus, I love that. If anyone's Seinfeld friends, if anyone's Seinfeld fans, Festivus for the rest of us. I love all those different type of holidays. So, is there anything particular that you two love specifically around the holiday season?
I was Googling Festivus to see. It actually said it's the 23rd.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's right. It's all in the same like little area. These last 2 weeks of the year, everything happens, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, like I enjoy learning about different holidays that happen around Christmas as well. And I think that'll be one thing that I do with the kids. Like, yeah, we may personally celebrate Christmas, but just kind of acknowledging, hey, there's other religions, other celebrations, other things that happen. Like I remember being like a little kid, like maybe kindergarten or first grade when I first learned about Hanukkah. And I thought that was really cool because I was like, ooh, a present every day. Like, hey, you get to light this really cool candles.
Ain't crazy now.
And even with Kwanzaa too, it was like very similar, you know, the I don't know what it's called. It's not a menorah, but it looks similar to the menorah. Then you talk about the different pillars of Kwanzaa and there's gift giving involved with that. So as a kid, I was like, hey, we need to start celebrating some other stuff. But I love learning about that stuff because it made me, you know, learn about what other people do in other parts of the world, or like, you know, not everyone celebrates Christmas. Here's what they may do instead, or here's what they may do, like not even to replace Christmas, but here is their celebration for this time of year. So I always love learning about different cultures, different celebrations, and who doesn't love to celebrate? Like, let's find a reason to celebrate. I'm into it.
Exactly.
Right.
Girl, I've been saying that for years.
Yes, you have. You really have. You have built a brand off of it. I love
hearing about the
ahead of her time.
What was that?
You're ahead of your time.
It's rare that I'm ahead because my legs are so short. But I love learning about the new, like other holidays and stuff, because the minis, you know, especially Max and his, you know, in this day and age, there's so much diversity. So it's so interesting, you know, them coming back and, you know, just doing their, you know, knowledge that the kids go, did you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I didn't know. And thank you for telling me, you know, so that's pretty sweet. I enjoy that.
I love that.
Kids say the darndest things. I love it.
They do say the darndest things. I won't tell. I got to tell you later what this one said. Oh,
oh my God.
So
I'll say that for later.
Incorporating inclusive practices in the workplace, you know, at social gatherings. I was thinking about that holistically as well. Just how we are able to share different, again, diversity aspects within the office. I clearly remember I kind of use it now. Like Kentucky Creatives had their awards recently, which is my third business. And it was really cool to be able to also include a little bit of Octane in that as well. Not only is it a sponsor, but I also, you know, send some of our clients in that direction as well, so they can enjoy a little bit of themselves as well. But I think it's really cool that I'm in a position now where I can be inclusive of indie or anything. You know, in the early stages of entrepreneurship, we're lucky if we send a thank you card at the end of the year just to remind our clients, like, thank you. And I'm now in a better position where I've grown the business in a place where now people can come together and enjoy a warm meal or a live DJ or, you know, things along those lines. So it's just really cool to see that level of growth, to show appreciation on any level. But different ways to do it. Like I said, we did a Gatsby themed one just recently, and that was really fun. I loved being able to wear my little feather boa and all the fun stuff. But different strokes for different folks. I love being able to celebrate, again, as you guys mentioned, celebrating anything is a win, right?
We like this.
Yeah. So if you guys have any traditions of your own on the listening, wherever you're listening from, feel free to share some of your own traditions or experiences in the chat. We're happy to share them. But we have another video from another fellow MTG guest. We're just racking them up today, y'all. Yeah, let's tune in. I think this one is from Dexta from Dexstar Media.
Hey, this is Dex with Dexstar Media, wishing all the listeners of More Than Graphics podcast a happy holiday and a happy new year. My episode is out now on MTG. Please listen to it, and I wish you all the best. All right, take care.
Isn't that cute? I love it.
Oh,
nice.
That was, if you guys remember, Purpose. That was from season 5. Dex, thank you so much, and happy holidays to you. Thanks for always being an amazing friend. Dex was one of the last ones to submit his video, and it was such a random thing because he recently got my newsletter. That was end of year newsletter, and actually it was so perfect timing because I was gonna do a thank you video to the top people who actually did, receive my newsletters over the years and always respond instantly. And it's actually Priscilla and Dex that are the top 2 people that constantly respond to almost every newsletter with "Girl, you are the bomb." Like, this is so cool, and etc. etc. Always filling up my cup. And so I am so grateful to you, Priscilla, always for doing that. Say this without crying. Thank you. And thank you to Dex. Dex is always, he's in Atlanta, but he's always being so supportive, always from afar, just giving words of encouragement and ways that he wants to stay connected with Team Octane. So thank you for that. That was awesome. And I'm glad that you were a guest on the show. Your Purpose episode, I think, was really insightful for a lot of different people. So yeah, Black Boy Joy.
We love it.
All right, let's keep this definitely going. Uh-huh. Oh, I thought Priscilla said something. Sorry, I was trying to be.
Oh, I was saying things in my brain. Did it come out loud?
I think you made
say that out loud?
A little squeak, a little peep. I don't know.
It was. I was like, what? It was.
That was not a peep. That was a Priscilla peep, not me.
I like that. Priscilla peep. I'm down. All right. Topic 3 is giving back, spreading holiday cheer, and supporting our communities. I am all about this topic because end of year giving for so many different nonprofits and groups that are out there. I definitely want to shout out one toward the end of this conversation, but let's talk about the importance of giving back to the community because we all do this in different ways. Priscilla, you want to talk a little bit more about like the way that you're giving back right now with sewing? I think that's amazing.
How am I giving back with sewing? What am I doing? What?
Teaching kids how to sew, project, needles, felt, paper.
Okay, ding, ding, ding. Okay, yes. No, I like to. I promise this is straight Coca-Cola. No, give me back. I really have made it. I think, after last year, the way that last year was, and this year I had the 2 surgeries. So I had a lot of time to think about things. And I think I've really enjoyed, like I said, being back in a different space. And I want to be able to give back, actually, I guess, my wisdoms to the youths and stuff. And, I feel really lucky to be able to see how I have given back to my children in the past. I love seeing how they are now as the young humans that they're turning into and seeing the fruits of my labor. But yeah, giving, I think, to the little kids, to the next generation and stuff is really vital. It's vital. And I think that all 3 of us, I'm really proud to be part of, what you created and what we're doing together, because it's even nice, not even just the littles, but I think there's a lot that we can share and give to, future techie, future, all this stuff, all the More Than Graphics peoples and stuff. So I love being able to give, at least in that way, as far as, I used to always say, I can't give a whole lot. Like, for instance, with my dad is in memory care. And my older brother, he's, managing all of this stuff. And I was telling him, I said, I can't help financially. I can't help, maybe at the time I wasn't driving, I can't go and do those things. But he was just telling me that he was really glad to be able to at least have the support. And, he was saying that means more, than anything. He's like, you have no idea. And, that feels good. And I think if anything, that's what we can give. Like even at Christmas time or the holidays or whatever, giving the gifts, it's like really is the gift of yourself, in the spirit of the season. You guys have it on mute and it feels weird. I'm like just talking.
I'm muting because I'm telling people like literally in the private chat, like, hey, 1 second, I'm gonna skid over to this toddler real quick. But Cicely, you go ahead and finish up that sentence.
Yeah. I love that you kind of brought up there's my dog barking. Oh, okay, there she goes. But while she's barking her head off for what God knows what reason, I love the fact that you brought up that like sometimes we cannot help like in the physical sense where we can't go and do things physically, we can't go and do XYZ, but being emotional support is so important, especially like when you have a parent who's in a situation like that in memory care or, in a nursing home sort of situation or any sort of rehab facility trying to get their health back on track. It's really important that even if you can't physically be there, that you're able to provide some sort of like support to your family and to your siblings as well. Because it's a lot to deal with. And it's a lot easier to deal with when you can share it around, right? When you can share some of the emotional burden, when you can share kind of what's going on and let it be known how it's affecting you. So I think that's really important to bring up as well. Sometimes we can't offer our services in person, or sometimes, we just don't have a thing that we can give, or we know kind of what our boundaries are, but just kind of giving what you can, no matter how small, is still important. So I love that, Priscilla.
Y'all are so awesome. That's all I can say. I'm tracking down Toddlerville, and I love it. I love hearing all of these stories.
Wrangling a toddler.
Yeah, wrangling. It literally is wrangle. I really love the fact that when we talk about giving back, right, we're always talking about this place of giving, but giving also is fulfilling. And I think that's something that we always kind of forget. When we give, we also receive. And so I love the fact that each of you are kind of touching points in that place, that it's greater to give than to receive, because there's something deeper in that receiving than there is to constantly receive in a more selfish way. You know what I mean? So I wanted to like showcase today some organizations, initiatives that support women and minorities in the tech and creative fields. But I also wanted to bring an area to light around donating to charities, specifically one that I'm very close to, Carrington's Heart. I love let me just shout out the Women Network, women-owned network in Louisville, Kentucky. I want to shout out Izzy. I want to shout out Holly Hartman. These women are doing some amazing things right now. The women's business, Kentucky Women's Business Center, is also doing amazing things here in this area. I just want to shout out all of these smaller organizations, or smaller to big organizations, that are doing some really unique and shifting, moving things here in this area for women overall, but for minorities. And I think that's really important that we, bring that up, because we are a safe space for women in tech and minorities in the creative fields. And we just want to acknowledge that going into that. But a nonprofit that I'm really close to, Carrington's Heart, they're currently doing an envelope challenge. They're calling it Holiday Hearts. If you did not know, congenital heart disease is the number one birth defect in America, affecting 1 in 100 babies born, and there is no cure. So at Carrington's Heart, they understand the unique challenges these children and their families face, and they're there to provide comprehensive support throughout their lifelong journey. So the Holiday Hearts, their end of year giving campaign, and I cannot help but want to share this reel to kind of showcase a little bit more about their mission, their story, and ways that you can give back to their mission. So let me play that really quickly. When a child faces a heart condition, the journey can be overwhelming. Families struggle with fear, uncertainty, and financial burden. Carrington's Heart is a lifeline for Kentucky families affected by congenital heart disease. They provide vital support, from financial aid for travel and lodging to emotional support groups and fun events that create lasting memories. but they can't do it alone. Your generosity helps provide comfort bags, educational resources, and a community of support. Visit carringtonsheart.org, give hope, and make a difference in the lives of Kentucky children.
That was so good.
I love that. I really
good.
do love that community. It really does sing to a lot of the things that I do in and around children. And I'm glad that they have been a partner with me in wanting to work with their specific strategic marketing that they do for the past 10 years. I've been a part of that plan and that process. So I'm just very grateful that I get to be so close to these kids and these families and really advocate for them in a lot of different areas where, again, being an outsider, a non-CHD parent, understanding the gravity of what these kids and these families go through every single day. So I just wanted to bring that out. Okay, so that was the low of, no, I won't say that. Let me just say, giving back is important, and find ways that you can give back in your own way, right? Doesn't have to necessarily always be money, but maybe there's a way that you can give back with your hands. Maybe there's a way for you to give back with your presence. Maybe there is a way for you to give back, monetarily, but find ways to give, because the receiving part of that just runs so much deeper. And so that's really the heart of, right, the holiday season is really that space. All right, are you guys ready for some holiday trivia? I think that wraps up our combo for the fun. Are you ready for some fun? Because I'm ready.
Ready for some fun.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. Holiday trivia. What holiday character from any holiday movie is your spirit animal and why?
Ooh.
The first thing that came to my mind is Elf. I don't know if that's really, I don't know. I don't know, but I love it.
Love it. Are you a Jovi?
What?
Are you a real life Jovi?
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, you could totally rock that outfit. Heck yeah.
I saw a wonderful jumper at Walmart today, an ugly sweater one. I wanted it, but the thing is I don't really wear heels anymore. And the whole bottom part, when I hack that thing off, it ain't so cute anymore. So I'll stick with the sweaters.
I'll go with what I know. Go with sweaters. I love it.
Cicely, what about you?
I would say Kevin McAllister. Not because my parents were leaving me behind and I was getting lost, but just his innovation, his quirkiness. He had some badassery at 8 years old, he was a cool kid. He was I think when you were a kid and you see that movie, you're like, this is awesome. This is the power of kids. This is the power of, innovation. This is using what you have around you and making the best out of a bad situation. So I am, Kevin McAllister.
I love it. Okay, so I feel like, so we said any holiday character. Yes. I honestly am thinking I went total Rankin and Bass kind of feel, what is it? I can't think of her name, but it's the wife in Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Actually, no, I lied. It's going to be Mother Nature from The Year Without a Santa Claus. Actually, that is my spirit animal for the holiday season. So if you ever watch that claymation film, The Year Without a Santa Claus, with Heat Miser and Freeze Miser, and they keep arguing back and forth, the only person that settles the dust is Mother Nature. It is her in the living. I think that's me.
I think it's very fitting. Yeah. I love it. It makes sense.
Awesome. Okay, next question. What holiday food is the worst for you? And by worst, I mean dislike. Not worse as in for your body, because that's a whole different conversation.
Right. Yeah, I know. We don't talk about that. We're not shaming.
I know.
I'm just gonna say it. Cranberry. I don't care if it's for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. Cranberry. Just get it out of here. I don't want it. Don't like it. Get it out of here. No, unless it's cranberry in the ginger ale. If it's the Canada Dry cranberry ginger ale, we can do that. If it's cranberry in the jiggly jelly can form, get that out of here. Out of here. Gone. Get it out. Out of here.
Danielle.
Oh, okay. I'm up. My bad. Food that I don't know. I think it's like I don't know. It depends. I guess it depends on what it is. Maybe. But I'm open to everything. So I guess I can't do liver. There you go. Do not give me chitlins.
I love liver. I love liver. I'm mad that Cracker Barrel, Gilbert, you know, my mother-in-law, my previous mother, she and I, we loved going to Cracker Barrel for some liver, and they don't carry it anymore. So sadness.
Oh man, I can't do the liver. And like yeah.
I tried one time and it was enough.
There's nothing. I can't say nothing that I love it all. I love it all.
I love that for you. I love that for your taste buds.
But can I have it all? No, I can't have it all, but I love it all.
Oh man, yeah. And there's people who are like die hard about that. I guess that and maybe like okay, what about fruitcake? How do y'all feel about that? Like, is that like
okay? You know why I love fruitcake? I love fruitcake because our last I think it was our last Christmas over in the apartment, Max and I had a fruitcake. We celebrated Fruitcake Day, and did you remember we did a fruitcake challenge where we threw the fruitcake. It was in our small little kitchen. I had like a dry erase board and I put little targets, and so we threw it to see who could hit the target. So that's what I do. I love fruitcake for the memory of the fruitcake, not for the taste.
Not for the actual
I tried. I thought, when we're younger, we don't like certain foods.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this might be one of those as an adult.
It was not.
It was not. Access denied.
It's not.
I get it.
It's not.
That's hilarious. Well, that's good to know. Fruitcake's a no-fly zone for everybody. Like, Okay, last question. If you could be nestled by the fire with any celeb in the world, who would it be?
Celebrity?
I'm thinking cozy, like little hearth fire, burning bright, like perfect steel night, all the things.
A tough one. I'm thinking hard about this.
Oh, here. I'll just say this is at the top of my head. I'll say Mr. Bean.
Oh,
I
love him.
He doesn't say much. Say much, so I can talk all I want. He makes all those fun faces, and doesn't he have a cute little teddy bear?
Yes.
I love it.
That's a good.
I'm sorry, Spooner. I'm sorry, Spooner. You don't have to worry. It won't happen for real. So no problems there.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of anyone. Danielle, I'm throwing it to you because I can't think of anybody.
Okay, so I recently watched Netflix and I watched the Fab Five Las Vegas season, the whole season. I watched it nonstop.
Oh yeah,
I cried my eyes out on like every other episode. Yeah. I think I would want. Can I have the whole team? Like I just want the whole team. Like I want everybody.
Except
I'll give you the whole team.
Yeah. I need them all. I need Jackie. I need Tanny. I need all of them. I want all of them just in one spot so I can just kind of feel this warm hug that they give every single person on their episode. And it's a group hug and just cry and mourn and enjoy each other's company. They just seem like the coolest bunch of people. Yeah. Like I personally love watching that show. So 5 for me.
I'm still thinking. You have to come back to me. We may have to go.
Hey, did you guys?
I can't think of anybody.
Did you guys see the on Netflix? There is a Last Christmas special documentary.
No.
Yes. So have you watched it all the way?
Oh, I watched it all the way. Yeah, I'll probably watch it again. Just get you in the spirit. Mary J. Blige was in it.
I know, right?
I gotta watch it then.
You gotta have soul.
For no other reason. Yeah, I got you.
I love it. All right, y'all. That was definitely a wrap of today's eventful events. Do you feel merry?
Yes.
Can we get a display of our gingerbread house yet?
I mean, you can. I mean, do I have any time or are we done?
that's a wrap for all the
Oh,
festivities
it's a
that we
wrap.
have.
Okay. Well, okay. So I'm gonna have to finish this, and I'll do some more. But so far, this is what I did. Oh, where's my camera?
Look at you. That's
Yes.
actually a lot of progress in just a little bit of time.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's
Seriously.
I wasn't sure. I was trying to look for my MTG colors, and then I got thrown off because I was like, okay, this is the closest I can get.
Oh no, it looks
So-
great.
It looks good.
So we're gonna have to show the rest of the full reveal in stories. Be on the
Yeah,
lookout
yeah.
for that in our socials because I think that would be awesome.
Of course. Yeah.
All right. So our final sign off is what is our wrap up goal for 2025? I can start so I can give you guys a head start. I have a
Okay.
goal for 2025 to publish more books. I have a goal to speak at more events and conferences about tech and women in tech. And I have a goal to be present with my toddler who's currently staring at me from the corner.
Staring you down, I bet.
He is.
I love it.
Okay, any of y'all?
Cicely?
I knew you were gonna make me do it. Oh, look at him. He's so big. He's not a toddler. Him's a big boy.
You say hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. I can't stand it.
It's a full house. It's a half a full house right now. We've got 2 out of 3 out here.
I cannot believe how big he is. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would say for me to just I guess decide on a career trajectory, take back the reins of my health again. So, you know, when you're pregnant, your body is not your own for quite a bit of time. Then you breastfeed and you do all the other things. You survive postpartum, then your body's still not quite your own. So take back the reins after I've had my final children, take back the reins of my own health journey and kind of get back to that. Figure out my career and kind of where I plan on going with that. And then, dare I say, start school again. Gross. But yeah, it's on the list. I don't know, not anytime soon. Probably next fall. But yeah, I've been fighting it and debating, and here we are. But starting school again in the fall is one of my goals.
Oh, that's
Nurse
amazing.
Cicely. Nurse Cicely with the glow skin. Here we go.
Great.
Nurse Cicely can't get out of school. That Cicely stays in school.
Okay.
Okay, Priscilla.
Okay. So I was trying to think. I was, as I'm sitting and doing this, I feel like I'm doing my needlepoint, rocking in my chair, thinking about what it is my goals are going to be for 2025. And the word that popped in my head was embrace.
Yes, I love
I know
that.
Cicely. I was waiting for Cicely to do that. Ooh, yes, I did. That was my goal. Embrace. No, I'm thinking about like embrace because being reflective and stuff. It gets me thinking about, and especially with my kids now, we're going to be entering a different thing where now they're going to be spending half of their time with their dad. So I'm looking forward to embracing like those memories that we created together. When it was just the 3 of us. I'm looking forward to embracing more time, with myself that I've never done that. I don't know how to relax. I don't know how to whatever, I always want to be doing something, multitasking, but I want to definitely embrace myself. I'm looking forward to more embracing time with Spooner, because we'll have some alone time, which will be great. I mean, I'm excited about embracing my, my business, the Meet Cute Co., bringing that out into more fruition and stuff, and finally putting my hand out into the world, all my creations and stuff. And that's exciting for me. But just embracing life as it is and then what it can be.
Oh my gosh, you just summed up like heart feel. Oh, yes, snap. Thank you. All the things. It's fine. I absolutely
Look at
love
that.
that.
Look at that beautiful gingerbread house. The makings of.
I love it. Y'all, this is like so awesome. I have loved every moment of this Ugly Sweater virtual party. I hope many of you have. Anything else you want to wrap up and say, ladies, before we end the episode?
I'm just looking forward to a new year, new possibilities, new challenges, new gains, new accomplishments, and all the things, and new memories for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you will with those sweet little babies. Oh my God.
I know.
It's too much.
Like joy overload. Like, yes.
Too much. much. I can.
Well, thank you all for tuning in to our live episode of the More Than Graphics podcast. For exclusive bonus content, subscribe to our newsletter by visiting us at mtgthepodcast.com. And don't forget that you can connect with us on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook by following the hashtag MTGThePodcast. So until we meet again, which won't be until 2025, we're reminding you that you are more than the work you produce, you're more than your name badge, and you are certainly more than graphics. We'll see you in 2025. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
And just like that, the episode ends, but the convo has just begun.
Thanks for listening to the MTG podcast.
We want to hear from you. If you enjoyed our podcast, give it a review on your listening app of choice.
Continue to follow us across MTG socials.
And look out for bonus content releases throughout the year. This podcast is produced by Octane Design Studios.
Until next time.